And I, for one, will join in with anyone, don't care what color you are, as long as you want to change this miserable condition that exists on this earth. Thank you.
Wow. Y'all, babe. I like that. Let's go. Ecstatic. Ecstatic, ecstatic. Classic.
What's up, Press Play Plano? This is episode 12. We're going to be talking about being polite.
Freaking pisses me off, man. That really pisses me off.
Okay. So, what does it mean to be polite?
Being polite means to respect others in a way that you would want to be respected in yourself.
Treat each other as you would want to be treated. The golden rule.
The golden rule, just that is it. You know the golden rule.
Treating people the way you want to be treated. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
If you're polite to people, people will be polite to you. Man, what do you feel about being impolite?
Being impolite?
Being mean towards other people. Not caring about other people's feelings. It's messed up, right?
I think so. I think it's best to be polite all the time because, like, that's the way you want to be treated, right?
Yeah, you gotta treat others the way you want to be treated.
Good manners, yes sir, no sir.
Saying yes sir, no ma'am.
And saying please and thank you.
Like, good afternoon, how are you today? Just being friendly.
Being considerate to others.
Understanding others.
Being courteous to your peers, basically.
Being courteous to others.
Just to like have courtesy and just be nice and not rude.
I mean to be polite. Polite means doing things for women. For example, let me get that for you, Kinsey. Just respecting their personal space.
Letting other people know that they are a person too, and that you are able to serve them by being polite, by opening a door.
It means that you always hold the door.
Holding the door for a girl.
Like generally like open the door for somebody. Like opening doors for people. So like
it's like metaphorical, right?
Yeah.
Like metaphorically opening doors for people.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
I can't stand it when people don't say thank you when you hold the door for them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here to hold doors for you, homie. Like, I like doing things for you and I'm not doing it for the thank you, but at least, like,
Gotta
say
say
thank you. You gotta say thank you.
I want to shake this kid's hand. It's being polite.
Respecting your elders.
It's good.
Definitely.
Respecting each other.
And each other.
Being good to your fellow schoolmates.
Whenever you're an adult in the business world, you need to be polite or you'll look unprofessional.
You're not polite.
Yes, to get a job.
If you're polite, you'll get more opportunities than if, you know, you're rude and people don't like you.
If you're impolite to someone, most likely you'll run into them again in the future.
As if, if I meet a future like mob boss and I'm like cut in front of him in like the lunch line or something, and I steal the last piece of pizza, and then like I'm walking down New York and I'm like a famous governor and he drops a cap in me, then it's because I stole his pizza.
You want to be remembered as someone who is nice and you want to have a good reputation.
Talking about people behind their back.
No judge.
It's like making fun of people for no reason.
And making fun of people and how they look.
Black people call this roasting.
We don't care about people's feelings anymore. Facebook bullying, any kind of other bullying, those kinds of things are not only impolite, but they're just inconsiderate of people's feelings. You will not care about people's feelings until you have sincerity of actually trying to help them improve. If you don't really care about helping them improve and you only care about yourself and trying to make yourself feel good by bringing other people down, then don't expect your point to get across at all.
I think people are just looking out for themselves. They don't really care what they say to other people and how it affects them. They're more worried about being funny or making a joke.
Popularity factor of being funny is not worth the sacrifice of what harm you could cause someone else. It's not worth it.
And they don't really think about what something you say to someone, how it affects them and how they think about you as a person.
People bully other people or they're impolite towards other people because they have a certain insecurity in themselves. They feel like they're the smaller person. So in order to enforce themselves and enforce some kind of dominance over somebody else, they make fun of them or they say mean things to them or they're inconsiderate of their feelings. And that's going to get you in a lot of problems. One, you're not going to feel good about yourself afterward. Two, people aren't going to like you because of that. And three, it's just going to be an endless cycle because you got to keep making fun of people to make yourself feel good, you know what I'm saying?
I think respect for others is inherently involved with self-respect.
And you won't get the most out of life until you give to others. You won't get the most out of life until you're ready to to sacrifice yourself for others.
The one big problem is standing in the middle of the halls.
Then they're just people posting up in the middle of the hallway.
And they stand in the middle of the hallway.
Stand in the middle of the hallway.
They stand in the middle of the hallways.
They stand in the middle of the hallway. That is, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so annoying.
Run into you and not say
Yeah.
Like bump into you just like randomly on purpose.
People that just kind of holler comments that are pretty rude.
And then people in the parking lot, like everyone, they purposely piss you off.
Yeah. You can't talk about people's moms.
That's crossing the line, Ollie.
They litter. They give you mean looks, like girls.
You give me a mean face, like a mean look of what that girl would do.
Yeah.
Another part of being polite is respecting people who have authority over you. And I know that you really don't want to respect people who have authority over you because we're young and we're teenagers and that's just how we are. But there are some things that you owe to people. Like you owe your teacher respect. You owe your parents respect. It's part of being polite and it's part of caring about other people's feelings.
Talking back to teachers.
You don't talk about your teachers. You gotta respect your teachers, dude.
Authority, dude.
I'm not giving attitude to your teachers.
Another thing is respecting your teachers, like making sure you don't have your phone out whenever they're talking. Because most of them are pretty lenient now about your phone, but if they're telling you something, you don't want to have your phone out texting.
Text when, like, we're in a group and, like, somebody's just sitting there texting and they don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And talking to people in general, when someone's talking to you, don't whip out your phone and start texting in front of them. You gotta look at them in the eye, you gotta face at least their direction when someone's talking to you. It's about respecting who you're talking to so that the message can be transmitted.
Not making eye contact with the person you're talking to.
Many times we try to give advice or we try to say something to people and we don't consider where they're at. We don't consider their feelings, we don't consider their background. And we can either end up losing a relationship with somebody or at least our message won't even get across.
One person could be having a really down day and just saying hi or smiling at them can really just completely change their outlook on life. A lot of people go through really rough things and we don't even know about it.
About 10% of all arguments come from natural disagreements, while 90% comes from the tone of your voice and your body language. So it's not just about what you say, but the way you present yourself.
In my opinion, I think it's impolite to touch women. I think that's impolite.
Women, man.
You're agreeing with me over here.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't touch other women.
Yeah. Don't touch women. Respecting women, like, we don't have any chivalry anymore.
I have chivalry.
Except for Chris, we don't hold doors for women anymore. We don't respect their bodies. We don't respect how they dress. We don't respect how they look. We don't do that anymore. I think we need to bring that delicacy back.
Because politeness is what preserves society, you know? It's like what keeps us together is one thing. Because if no one's polite, I mean, what are you going to do? Flip everyone off when you're driving?
There's a lack of polite unification in this school, and we need to change that.
Yo! Ecstatic. Ecstatic, ecstatic.